Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Today, we are covering Altcoin season, and we are wondering when it starts. Tap that like and subscribe if you don't mind down below. And please don't forget our Patreon has launched as well. Please do not forget our Caleb and Brown link down below so you don't get caught this next cryptocurrency bull run with your pants down. Make sure that you are prepared this next bull run. Cheers to my mic. Make sure that you are prepared this bull run. Please don't get caught on exchanges and not be able to cash out and be a multimillionaire on paper only. Now, look, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. Please do not buy or sell anything this way I say or do, because that would be ridiculous. I am not a financial advisor. You must consult your registered investment advisor for anything like that having to do with investments or these three. You're never going to be buying these three because of what I say or do on the channel, for sure. Please don't ever do that. Don't ever buy or sell these three because of what I say or do on the channel. Thank you. All right. Getting into today's discussion, altcoins, guys. Welcome back into the channel. Welcome back to Crypto Info. Blockchain Made Easy with the Tank and his microphone acting up again. Alt season is ready. It is upon us, other than, well, let's just take a look at the key triggers. Okay, I've got a whole mess of notes I can go through, but let's think of this kind of like when stock market has like the blue chips leading and small caps explode, like the same energy. You see the Russell 2000 take off. That kind of thing, similar. Here's why it matters. Here are the key triggers. All season doesn't just, of course, appear out of thin air, and it doesn't disappear out of thin air. It kind of materializes and then slowly disappears. Bitcoin dominance falls. Here are the key triggers. It's built on a few repeatable signals so far. Okay. We don't know that we're going to get the exact same thing this time around, but this is, this time, okay, let me just straighten something out real quick. For those of you listening on the channel, and for those of you who, let's just say, this time is different. The next time is always different. So for people who say, how can you say this time is going to be different? The next time's always different. It's slightly different every single time. It rhymes, but it's slightly different. It's always going to be doing that. Unless there's a major paradigm shift, that's different. All right, now the key triggers, Bitcoin dominance falls. This is the first one. Bitcoin dominance, of course, measures the share of crypto's total market owned by Bitcoin. So when you're looking at the whole cryptocurrency market cap for right now, for instance, being at, let me just give you a quick little example, looking at, and I know you guys already know this, but for the newcomers, you've got Bitcoin coming in at, let's see, 2.21 trillion, and we have a total market cap of 3.1. So, okay, so basically 1.65 or something like that of this money is other money. 2.1 trill is Bitcoins. So that's some pretty major Bitcoin dominance there. There's no question about that. Bitcoin dominance, of course, when it drops, it means that the capital is rotating into the alts. Historically, when it falls below 60%, as we well know, that's when all season pressure starts to build up. We almost saw that just recently here. Altcoin Season Index indexes rise, of course. It rises. The index tracks how many top alts outperform Bitcoin over a 90-day period. So above 75 on the index, that's going to equal a clear altcoin season. Between 40 and 60, rotation phase starting. Liquidity narratives explode as well. This is the third trigger. Welcome into Crypto Info. Guys, I see you in the comments. I'll get to you in 2 seconds. Here are the comments. Welcome in. Liquidity and narratives explode. We'll see that as well, guys. We're going to always need both. Cheap money and fresh stories are always required here. and when central banks, because people think that retail is not required. It's not retail that moves the market, not in big ways, but it is retail that sustains the market and keeps momentum going in a market. Cheers. So retail is potent and does do something and has an effect. People think retail has no effect. That's not true. When central banks loosen policy, by the way, guys, investors expect rate cuts, liquidity flows into risk assets, of course. M2 money explodes too, of course. Pause. Welcome back in. Welcome back in. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. How are you doing? It's good to see you again. Guys, welcome back into Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy. And our buddy Pause is back. It is so good to see you back in, and I'm glad to see you here and well. Because we have missed you dearly, and I tip my coffee cup to you, Pause. You literally just made my day. You literally made my day and my weekend, buddy. And I'm sure Luke's as well, because we have been talking about you in the best way. And thank goodness gracious, we got Pause back in. He's all pumped up now, Tank. All right, technical breakouts on the charts, guys. Welcome back into Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with the Tanker. Guys, it's also technical breakouts on the charts concerning Bitcoin as far as key triggers with us getting an altcoin season and what's happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a major player, obviously, in this whole thing. It always has been. Yes, this time could be different. This kind of time kind of was different when we saw the alts just taken off, the utility coins taken off with the whole Trump pump thing. It was utility coins leading the run. Interesting. Watch the total 3 chart, of course, all altcoins excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Watch that chart when it breaks. Long-term resistance often... that's often your confirmation, of course, and also watch BTC D charts on TradingView, which we do from time to time. I haven't looked at those in a while. Dominance rolls over. Altcoins are ready to run at that point. So where do we go in 2025? We're going to get all into it all here. Let's break this whole thing down. When are we heading to altcoins? You got the Tanker screaming at you here early on a Friday morning. Happy Friday. Welcome back into Pause. Back in on the channel. Welcome back to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with the Tank. And I hope you guys are staying patient. I hope you guys are staying positive. I think to myself, what value can I possibly provide with a YouTube channel besides, giving the crypto info and education and things like that? And I think, well, I can be someone who actually comes across, at least so you guys if you guys think that I know what I'm talking about, somebody who kind of knows what they're talking about, and wait, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's well-researched, and he's staying positive about crypto. He's not turning tail. He's not saying, oh, it's a big nothing burger. He's not saying, XRP's a crap coin. This nonsense stuff that you're hearing people. Some people, unfortunately, guys, very nicely, I'm going to say some people, unfortunately, some are people that I know, they followed the wrong people on YouTube when it came to crypto. And they kind of, you know what I mean? And they listened to people saying, XRP is a crap coin, like way back when the whole time it was 40, 50 cents. And these are friends of mine too. And my heart goes out to them. We're always eating with the big yapper, the big black hole is the big black hole. That's the big mouth that takes stuff in, the big hole. There's also other orifices that take things in. You can't unhear stuff. You can't unsee stuff. We're always taking things in. Let's be careful about what we're eating and then taking in and ingesting, because from that forms all of our opinions, and then we move forward and we go invest in cryptocurrencies. And some of us will say, I'm staying away from XRP because I heard and saw in a video, I ate it and ingested that it was a crap coin. And I ate that good food and believed it. I drank the Kool-Aid on that one. No, you should be listening to Tanker was telling you. No, the Tanker told you. No, and so did a million others. Oh, boy. So did Digital Asset Investor. Oh, my gosh. They go on and on and on and on. Zach Rector, blah, 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 blah. All of them. Blockchain Backer, Alex Cobb, blah, 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 blah. Shout out to all of them. We all have learned from all of these folks in crypto and done our own research and understand the truth at the very least about, of course, obviously these three. Obviously these three. I always pull up the wrong box when I do that. Oh, it's because I'm clicking. Oh, okay, gotcha. Or learn how to work the equipment tank. You've been doing this long enough there, guy. So let me blink these three up there. And by the way, I never buy or sell anything because of what I say or do on the channel, because I am not a financial advisor. And this isn't financial advice. And by the way, I still can't do it even to the Patreon, but you might want to check our Patreon is launched, up and running now. Please check that out. For every 10th that signs up for our Patreon, we will give away 11. And by the way, we are building value in there. Check out what that's all about. But by the way, make sure you're not buying or selling anything because of what I'm saying or doing here on the channel. Even if I'm blinking these three up there on the channel, don't ever do that. That would be foolhardy. Let's think about where XRP is today at $2.47, being up 3.83% on the day today, and green 8.44% on the week is the old XRP. Solana is pushing $200, and Dogecoin is pushing 20 cents. Cardano is down to 65 cents, but all of our cryptos on the 7-day are up 4 to 5 to 6 to 7%. 7%. Monera's up. Well, Zcash is up 20. I have the hiccups at the worst time. 26% on the week up is Zcash. Some other winners, Athena is up 14%. Meme Core is up 14%, and Pump is up 20%. Talking right through the hiccups. Anyway, by the way, guys, if you guys have not noticed or not, a step-by-step framework, and by the way, welcome back to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. If you haven't noticed the framework for altcoin season, Bitcoin dominance breaks down. Of course, large cap alts outperform Bitcoin. Bitcoin season index crosses above 70 to 75. And macro turns risk on, and small caps join the party, of course. Now, when Bitcoin dominance breaks down, and we see the money start rotating, this is, of course, our first alert, and we'll see it rotate a little bit. It's that it rotates day after day and more and more and more. It starts dropping at below that key percentage. Now, large cap alts outperform Bitcoin, Ethereum. Bitcoin rising is usually step one. When Ethereum and Bitcoin begin printing, and when Ethereum and XRP begin printing higher highs versus Bitcoin, the market's telling you the rotation is starting. So that's kind of like the first key tip. And then Altcoin Season Index rises above 70 to 75%, confirms the breadth of it with a DTH at the end. It's a lagging signal, but a powerful confirmation that capital is spreading beyond Bitcoin. So now market macros turn risk on as well. Fed cuts rates. M2 money supply starts cranking through the roof. That's all small, all deposits below 100 million and money market deposits, and that's all kind of like liquid cash in circulation, not kind of all liquid cash in circulation. All checkings accounts, all CDs, all savings accounts, all checking deposits, all travelers' checks, all that money floating around, all the cash all hanging around. All that money is all the M2 money supply. So we're going to go ahead and crank that up. Then we're going to go ahead and make it a risk-on situation where it's heyday. And, oh, yeah, what do you mean there is no risk? And risk-on assets are being bought up like hotcakes, including crypto. So look at the broader picture or the broader markets, guys, and we see this M2 money increasing, which we have been seeing. Macro risk turns risk on, and Feds cut the rates, which we've also been seeing. Government coming, February 29th here, 28, 29. And another one, December 9th and 10th. Coming up, FOMC meetings with Jerome Powell getting up there and going, my colleagues and I are committed to a dual mandate goal, our dual mandate goal to keep inflation below 2% and labor numbers robust. Oh boy, small caps join the party as well. When the mid and micro alts catch fire, guys, that's the heart of alt season. Oh, thank you for my shaker. Thank you for my green disgusting shake, but it does good for me. That's weird, but it's good for you. Now look at that's the heart of the journey, you guys. In case you haven't noticed, that's not going to fit, is it? In case you haven't noticed, this is the heart of alt season and the heart of this journey. It's also where the risk lies. It's also where the volatility lies. Who was it, Sam Drunkenmiller, that said that crypto is the fastest horse in the race? It was. Take profits strategically, guys. Risk and false starts are always things to be concerned with, and alt season is not guaranteed, guys. False signal number one: Bitcoin dominance drops briefly and then snaps back. We've already seen this, and we've seen this countless times, and that can wipe out alts fast. We see a number of folks just got wiped out on leverage, including some friends of mine, and I hate to see that. Please stop playing around with leverage. Don't worry, folks. You're going to do fine with cryptocurrency and investing, and I'm not a financial advisor, but I think it's very obvious why anybody in the world might do leverage. Ain't nobody going to tell me it ain't no different. It is this. It's that I would like to amplify my effect, and I would like to become more potent. And so in this way, I'm going to use leverage. And so each time I'm going to then get more and more and more. And it is a function of, dare I say, it's a greed situation of wanting more, so much too fast, more than what is righteous and allowed for what one can put in for the time, because it is what it is. We all have what we can put in because of where we are, and we all get Bitcoin for the price that we deserve to get it at. And I mean that in the kindest way that it absolutely goes for me. I so wish I had so much more wealth sometimes. And I say, well, Frank, you are where you are because you have made your decisions concerning the finances over these past years during your 20s, 30s, and 40s. And now here you are in your 50s, at least late 40s to 50s, decided to clean up the act, clean up the game. And boy, how you could do it so quickly. And I realized, wow, would have made a lot more sense if it just focused on the finance when I was in my late 20s at least, and then 30s, and then 40s. Because for that 20, 25 years, I literally would be so retired right now, it would be ridiculous. It does not take that long. Really only takes about 10, 15 years of being focused financially and investing properly. I'm not a financial advisor, but I see the truth. If you can find a horse that's relatively fast in the race, one can do it very quickly and make themselves financially free and not chase the green dollars and trade the time on this planet for the green dollars, for the money, because that's what we're all doing. Let's not bullcrap ourselves. So anyway, how to position for altcoin season as an XRP holder, in my opinion, has always been to purchase. Even now, not financial advice. This is an opinion. Folks ask me, Tank, should I still buy XRP right now? Well, it's at $2.48. And considering, now hang on, let me share this screen now. All right, now look. Considering that XRP, if we go to its all-time chart, boy, that drink is disgusting. If we look at its all-time chart, we see that we have no trend line, ascending trend line like we should. We should see on a chart that's awesome. We should say, now wait a minute, because if we go back to Bitcoin's chart, look at it. See this ascending trend line for its all? Now that doesn't make a lot of sense because you got the bull run of 2017, 2018 here. We got the 2021 double top dead cat bounce there. We got Trumpy pump and us in this run now, which is really kind of, I mean, please, come on. Who knows? That could be it for us. We could go into a bear for another few years and then see our super cycle in 2028, 2029. Who knows? We could be this early to crypto. Tank, don't you dare say that. I can't wait another 2-3 years. Some people are like, I'm going to be dead by then. It's like, don't worry. I could be too. You know what I mean? So who knows, guys? But anyway, look at the point I'm making here with the ascending. Look at Ethereum. Look at it on its all ascending, and then the world's finding out about Ethereum. Wah, 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 wah. Sorry. Ethereum should be up here. If you look at its all-time chart, look at it ascending. Look at it. It's not brain surgery. Ethereum not performing well. The world sees the truth on it. Whoopsie daisies. Whoops, Ethereum, the world's seeing the truth. Sorry, Paul. I know. I love Paul Barron, but sorry, Paul Barron. You're so hot on Ethereum. So are the others. I know, Raul. I know you guys love your Ethereum and you bought so much, and I love you. I do love you guys. I'm an honest, straightforward dude. I'm going to say the truth. Obviously, talking the book on Ethereum, and it's okay because you got so much. And look at these lows at 1,522 for an Ethereum back in April. Ouch. Yeah, Ethereum should be up here, and it's not. Ethereum should be at what, 4, 5, 6, so 6, 7,000 or so. You should be up here at 6, 7,000, and it's not. See? Hi, little buddy. My pitbull. See, Bitcoin didn't understand that. Bitcoin said, "Nah, I'm doing it." Now XRP did, because they got lassoed up in the suit, of course. Lassoed them, pulled them back. See? So if we see the obviousness of the truth on this, we are about to, because let's see, Cardano. Cardano on its all. Maybe too young, some people might say. It's too young of a coin. But what happened to it? In it getting to, let's call it, $3, whatever, two something. Interesting when we go back to charts, isn't it? Let's take a look at Stellar's all time. Interesting. Very similar to XRP as we would expect it would be. So we're going to get a major run. A lot of people are forgetting to mention XRP, XLM when they're mentioning XRP, with our next push to $5 to $7 and then, $12 to $15. We're also going to get a Stellar that is going to push to, we know it's not very accurate, but we've got a 93-cent all-time high. According to Corny Market Cap on XLM, I got to believe we're going to probably a $2 to $3 XLM coming up this next, and I might sell some, I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll sell any of my 3Xs. I don't know if I will sell any of my 3Xs. Not really sure. Not really sure. Why does it keep doing that? I'm not really sure if I will sell any of these three. Really not quite sure. I may or may not. I think I'm just going to keep blinking them for a while. Yeah, I think it's obvious that in 3 to 5 years and earlier, but in 3 to 5 years, we've got 50, 75 bucks, 100, could be 200, 300 for XRP per coin for each of these three. So those who have doubled, tripled down, and really hammered down, never buy or sell anything is what I say or do on the channel. You're going to be really, really, really happy. If you check out our long form videos, guys, you will see all the evidence to which I refer, that I am not simply whistling Dixie here. That actually there is a lot of proof that we've gone over in countless videos to discuss and to lay out the real world evidence and partnerships and usage of said blockchain technologies and projects that we have mentioned so many times on the channel, that we in full transparency have bought quite plainly a crap ton of over this period of time. To say it like a Chicagoan, a crap ton, that wasn't very good. The Bears. Let's give a shout out to Chicago. Love my Chicago people. Guys, this time could be different, though. What did you just say? Yeah, I said it. This time could be different. This time's always different. It's always different the next time. Why? Because it's the next time. Nothing ever repeats the exact same time. It always rhymes. But we have, of course, these massive paradigm shifts, then we do get something that changes. So when we have, what's going on with regulation and the government shutdown and and all this stuff, I mean, could this be now the literal crossing over to the new QFS, quantum financial system and the new flipping of the switch, and we actually do see a paradigm shift, and we actually do see things being different this time, and also they're always going to rhyme. Sometimes I rhyme, sometimes. Sometimes I guzzle a nasty green drink. That's gross. But it keeps me strong and powerful and not quite so old. Now, here's the deal. Here's why it could be different this time. Greater institutional and regulatory adoption. Sorry for the whistle. In prior cycles, crypto is mostly retail-driven speculative with limited real-world usage. And now we're seeing, of course, institutional funds, banks, payment corridors are integrating crypto into ledger platforms, particularly the XRP ledger, the XRPL. Thank you, drops the mic. Regulatory frameworks improving as well, or at least becoming clearer in major jurisdictions, which reduces one major risk that previous cycles had. The absence of structural anchors. This time really is different in that regard, at the very least. But utility, not just speculation, is what we're looking for this time around. In earlier cycles, much of the move was driven by speculation on basically, will price go up or down? Just, speculating rather than real utility being delivered. This next phase appears more grounded in utility here. I think we've already seen this. I know we have. Real world infrastructure like cross-border payments, tokenized assets, RWAs, DeFi, ledger interoperability. Also, for example, tokenomics papers show that designing blockchain token economies around infrastructure rather than pure issuance helps create sustainable value. It's been proven. If utility becomes primary, then the market could sustain upside for longer. We could see something like a super cycle and avoid the same depth of bust that we've seen in the past. The breadth of use cases and network effects is another thing telling us this time around is different. In earlier cycles, the number of meaningful use cases was smaller. And now multi-chain, you got MTPs, you got all kinds of stuff. We just did a video on that, by the way. Multiple blockchain scaling solutions, cross-chain bridges, real-world assets or RWAs, ledgers like the XRP ledger. Now, as more real-world assets get tokenized, more enterprises participate, as more regulations get laid down, more large institutional players participate, more adoption. Guys, this stuff's ready to go through the freaking roof. I hope you got your moon pants on and your moon hat on. Take your tinfoil hat on, get your real world glass spectacles on, and get your moon hat on, because you can't handle the atmosphere up there. This is going crazy. He's going moon boy on me again. Yes, because look at the truth of it. This is going to be larger, I'm not a financial advisor, than the explosion of the dot-com boom. Multi-assets and guys, this cycle can stretch out big time because the adoption takes time here, and as the usage grows gradually, we could see this thing spread out into a long extended wave, multi-asset and multi-ledgers era. Another thing to consider here that makes us different from the last time, guys, before Bitcoin dominated, and now we're in an era of more money diversity. Altcoins, specialized chains, layer 2s, and also tokenized securities, DeFi, etc., etc., etc. AMMs, blah, 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 blah. Guys, please wake up to this. Some people are like, what is that crypto stuff? Actually, it's kind of a whole thing. You don't know anything about the crypto? It's okay. It's a whole thing. Look at the macro environment. It's okay. I'm not trying to be funny. It's actually kind of a whole thing, this crypto thing. Macro, it's got real world utility and real technologies and everything. Macro environment and liquidity tailwinds. The macro is 30 minutes. Check the Hulk. Hulk got a massive show. I just got alert coming up. Crypto Hulk got a massive show. Got to check him in 30 minutes. Guys, It is going to be different this time around. In my opinion, this is an opinion. What do I know? Let's get to David Schwartz. I know he knows.
Mentioned the regulatory headwinds, or sort of the regulatory tailwinds, I should say, that are sort of pushing the digital asset space forward at this point. When you think about regulatory tailwinds, you can't help but mention this sort of stablecoin boom that we're in the midst of this summer. Last year, Ripple launched their own stablecoin that's regulated under the New York Department of Financial Services. I'd just be curious, in that short amount of time, how have you seen that change the network's prospects?
Oh, I mean, it's been incredible. I think we see in the sort of DeFi space that stablecoins have been real enablers of massive DeFi adoption, and I think also it sort of proves this idea that I think a lot of people don't quite get yet, and I think it's worth looking because stablecoins are like the proof point. Stablecoins are an institutional product. Like they're heavily regulated. Ripple has a stablecoin. Very few people will ever interact directly with Ripple, but they'll use the stablecoin. And so what's happened is this institutional product that, Ripple's customers are institutions, Ripple's direct customers are institutions, Circle's direct customers are institutions, Circle's an institution, but it's enabled these broad DeFi ecosystems. I think that same pattern is going to play out in the rest of the DeFi space with things like tokenized real-world assets, tokenized loans. I think mass adoption retail DeFi is a little bit stalled right now because the crypto space itself can't provide the stuff that ordinary people want. People need on and off ramps. They need to be able to get to their money. They need like sensible investments, like speculation in cryptocurrencies is great, but it's not going to replace your retirement account. This institutional adoption for stablecoins and real-world assets is what's going to enable that next wave of retail adoption of DeFi, where we can provide the tools that like ordinary people actually use the financial system for. What we have right now in the DeFi space, we have collectibles and we have like highly speculative, high risk things. We have yield seeking that's sort of like high risk, potentially high reward, but very volatile. That's not what's going to build the new financial system. What's going to build the new financial system is loans, retirement accounts, investment accounts, payments, on and off ramps, the stuff that everybody needs every day. And this wave of institutional adoption through things like stablecoins and tokenized real-world assets is what's going to give the crypto space the tools it needs to really grow DeFi from maybe $120 billion into the trillions.
Now, it's my understanding that on XRPL, there's such things as one DEX. There's one decentralized.
Okay, we can get into all that a bit more, but we're not going to. Thank you for tuning in this morning, and I hope you have a great weekend. And thank you for joining us on this episode of Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with the Tanker. I hope you found this interesting. I think we all know that alt season is upon us. It's coming very shortly. For those of you who are a little bit newer, you got a quick little breakdown on what altcoin season is and what we can look forward to moving forward. And that we are not very far away, considering multiple ETF approvals very likely coming at the end of this year, including XRP and some others, HBAR and some others. And also considering we've got 2 more FOMC meetings and rates likely dropping, probably 25 basis points or 25% rate cut coming baked in already for this next one coming on October 29th, 28 and 29. And then we have one coming December 9 and 10. So we're probably going to get another rate cut there. So M2 money supply increasing, this all playing out towards the end of the year and into Q1 2026. I think it's into Q2 2026. I think it's very likely we're going to get a massive run in crypto. I hope you folks have an excellent weekend. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. And Tupaws, great to have you back in. And everybody else, thank you for joining us back in. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Have a great one, guys. We'll see you back Monday morning, 7 a.m.